Alright, so now I'm going to show Pokémon Stadium and kind of my progress with that. There are a few things to do in this game. So, the core game is a few things. I would say the stadium, and you can see I have some trophies here, so that means I beat those ones for round 1. Pika Cup, so basically the different cups are different level ranges. So I have not done Prime because you need level 100s for that. Poké Cup is like 50, and you can have, basically you can have a combination of up to a certain level. So you would be able to have like 2 level 50s and 1 level 55, something like that on your team. But in reality, it's like you might as well just go with all 50s, because what if you train the wrong one to 55? You can't bring them back to 50, so it's risky. Pika Cup is just like low level stuff, kind of unevolved stuff. Petite Cup is kind of the same deal, just slightly higher. So I beat those, and I gotta work on these ones. And then some of these like have more levels to them. See, Poke Great, Ultra Master. So let's take a look. Not too far on this one. I think I have more progress on Stadium 2, I want to say. Maybe not. This one just has the 1 difficulty. I think this one as well. So that's those. And then if you beat all of those, you get round 2. So there's a lot to do in this game. Round 2 is harder. And then the other core part of the game, I would say, is Gym Leader Castle, which is where you go through and beat all the gyms, and you beat some trainers under them as well. And then there's a round 2 for that as well. And I've not beaten this, or maybe I have. I don't think I have, actually. And when you beat certain things, like I think when you do both or a certain combination of round 1, you can unlock a faster version where you can play the Game Boy games on here at a higher speed, like twice as fast, things like that. So it does have some nice rewards for beating it. So yeah, that's that. I guess it might show in the Hall of Fame here. Load here. Okay, so this just shows Pokemon you've used. Okay, so Pika Cup. I used a rental. Okay, so we'll go through these quick. Or as quick as it can go. Okay, I can hold it down. It goes a little faster. So kind of the idea here is that you use each Pokemon at least once, which is really cool, actually. Petite Cup, rental. Nidoran female. So a lot to do here still, and you know, this really can make your Gen 1 experience be a lot more than if you know, were just running through one of the games and maybe running through Stadium once, you know. There's a lot to do here, actually, if you really want to max out. So a lot of rentals. And I think beating the whole game with rentals would be an interesting challenge in of itself, but I think it's more fun using your own Pokemon from the games. I mean, that's like the whole thing about this that makes it such a cool game, and the reason why I feel like I for sure gotta play the Game Boy Color versions and connect and everything. And it's something I always wanted to do as a kid. And okay, so here's the first one where I actually used the Pokemon from one of my games, from Yellow. So there's Ghastly for that cup. Very, very good. Rental. I think Ghastly just carried in that one. And another thing I was thinking about, like I was going through these with Pokemon I bred from Gen 2, but I think a more authentic experience would be to use another one that's from Yellow. More authentic experience would be using Pokemon from Gen 1, because, you know, Gen 2 wasn't out when this game came out, so it kind of makes it easier with being able to breed, get really good stats. Don't get me wrong, I like that you can breed and get really good stats, but I think I'll just save that for Gen 2 and let this be its own challenge and its own thing. Okay, so there's none from you. So that's that. A lot. And I have battled friends, so I've kind of got the PvP experience that I've done in this game, but I'd like to do more and actually record a match would be really cool. And then you got the mini games, and there's actually a thing for beating. So this is like you play whatever. This is like tournament. There is a thing for actually doing a hard tournament. I think with 7 wins, 9 wins. I don't know, but basically, I think there's something for that, and you unlock something. I'm not entirely sure. I might be making that up. But I guess that would be the ultimate challenge here is win a tournament, hard computer, 9 matches. So that will be fun. And these mini games are a lot of fun. I actually really like these. We can just take a look at what they are real quick. So these are all the different... I love this one. The Ekans one is so fun. There's basically Digletts that pop up, and you have to aim at them and launch the Ekans to circle around them. It's kind of like a ring toss kind of game, right? At like a carnival or whatever. Clefairy Says is fun. It's like memorization. The Lickitung one's fun. You just go around and try to like get the better items for more points, like licking. Like there's like plates of food all around the outside. The Rattata one's pretty fun too. Yeah, it's a great time. I played this with like my sisters and friends throughout the years, especially when I was a kid a lot, and I just love it. It's good. It's good fun. So that stadium, there's a ton left to do here, and I look forward to it. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I think the challenge of it intimidated me a lot when I was younger, but now that I'm like better at Pokemon and I have a better understanding, I'm still not like great, but I definitely have a better understanding of obviously type matchups and just, you know, what Pokemon are kind of generally strong because they have better stats and they have good move sets and things like that. And I think Gen 1, rather than breeding and making it like easy as far as the stats go in that regard, which are the DVs. DVs are basically the IVs of Gen 1 and 2. So basically a Pokemon will have between 0 and 15 for each stat, and that's something you can't change, and you know, it can really make a difference. Well, rather than breeding to get like perfect ones or nearly perfect ones in Gen 2 and bringing them back to Gen 1, I think for at least, you know, the first time through, I want to beat it with ones that I caught and trained and got in Gen 1, because that's more of a challenge and what they had in mind when they put these games together. So yeah, I think that'll be fun, and I look forward to that. So that's Stadium. Next up, I'm gonna show Generation 2. Start